Why, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I am your hosting guide, Zollin Ironshield, and today I want to give you a quick, very fast, just over 5-minute rundown of this new thing right here, okay? So there's two things you get when you first log in. It's very important you do this very soon if you just logged into the 2.0 updated version of RiseToWar sometime in the last few days. It does start counting down when you log in, mind you. So if you haven't logged in since the update, don't freak out. You should have 30 days after your login. They're going to give you this equipment event thing that allows you to do all these different things. They give you a bunch of information here, but I'm going to explain it fast for you right now and what you're probably going to want to do and think about. And also there's a respect thing, which I have a whole video on that I did. It's gone now because I used them all up. They're actually better to use than the, instead of, just keep this in mind, instead of breaking down respect items for 1 for 16, if you can, you may want to put some into those commanders and then use the breakdown thing that I showed you, that I pointed at, which would normally be right there where my mouse is, but I used it up. But go watch that video if you want to know that. But let's talk about breaking this down. What do you need to do? What are these 3 buttons? It's probably very confusing. There's so much going on. I'm going to try to explain it as simply as I can real quick. So this one, the Elven Craftsman Hammer, you get 10 a day. Right now you can see they've stacked up for me, so I have 85, so it keeps just adding 10 a day that you can break down. But pretty much it's just a free way to pull items apart. So you can just go in here. If you know the difference between items, the new ones and the old ones, now the update's gone through, you'll see that some things have changed, but pretty much it's the same look, besides initiative is now speed reversed, right? What speed used to be, now it's initiative. So it's very similar, but it says classic right here if it's an original. You're probably going to want to update your stuff because I believe mathematically, I was watching another YouTuber, he did the math. A lot of the updates just make the items better for not only your formation but your commanders, because I will show you why in a minute. Hold on to that thought. But you want to use this Elven Smith to go ahead and break stuff apart that you already have. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to pull all of my items off, not for this whole video because it would take too long, but I'm explaining to you. Pull all my items of all my commanders because there's no more familiarity with items, and I'm going to go ahead and break them all down. Now, you're not going to lose anything. You can see I'm going to get all those bows back, classic bows. All right, so I just got all these classic bows, and I got a bunch of worn pieces. Now, what I recommend you do, all right, if you're upgrading, you are going to upgrade an item. If you go to updating items, if you click one of these items, so let's go to the bows, right, that we just got. It'll show classic. You can look at the stats. You can look at what its ability used to be and will still work technically. But then you go over here and it'll update it, right? You can click a bunch if you want to do them all at once. But over here, let me explain this really fast for you because this is the fast version of the video. I did another video more in depth. The top new stat up there is for the commander. It can be health, it can be command, it could be attack, all right? Or damage, I believe, one of the other words they used. This one in the middle is, it will say commander units. Now that there's 4 formations, and there's a commander that leads 1 formation each in those 4 formations, the commander, this one gives attack to the commander, gives attack to the units. And this bottom one down here is you have to have 4 of whatever the ability is, okay? So now if you look, when I click on all these bows, you'll see that they all have different images. Most of them are the sharp blade, it just so happens to be. But this one, for example, has might. You have to have a weapon, helmet, chest piece, and accessory all with the same one if it says 0 out of 4 on that commander. Or this buff will not help at all. It won't do anything at the bottom. Okay, you don't have to do that, but you won't get the buff at the bottom. So you have to think about that. So the point of this video right now is me explaining as quick as I can what your pattern of thinking should be with updating. Okay, so now you can see up there it gives command. Some of these other ones will give different things. This shirt, when it's upgraded, gives HP to your commander. You can see if I just updated this one from max, boom, it would get HP. But why do I not say to just, I don't think you should just update these. If you do update one ahead of time, it's okay. I'll show you why. But here's why I'm going to go ahead and update all these because I want to right now. If you go back out and you go over to this one, equipment, you can actually get new items for either worn items. Let's go to purple for this. Let's do purple weapons. Let's keep consistent what I'm talking about. See all the worn weapons I took out of that bow? I can now go here and get random purples. Now, granted, I could get a purple bow that I already updated and go ahead and randomize it, but you can't randomize the updated ones. You see what I'm saying? So if you go and do all of the you update your bows, let's say, or maybe you don't want your bows. Maybe you don't want them. Maybe you just want to re-roll them, right? So if you want to just re-roll them, that's okay too. So for example, let me just go back here. I don't want to lose you guys here. This one, for example, if I wanted to just update this full helm, well, maybe I don't want to update, just update it to get this one ability. What if I want to have more options to choose from the full helm? Here's how you do it, okay? So you could, in theory, it won't let you do direct trades from a high level tier item. So go to the craftsman thing, go to here, break down that helm, okay? You're gonna get all of these helmets and the worn ones. Now look, here's what I'm talking about, which would be cool for you. So when you break it down with this one, now you get all of the classic versions. See how it says classic and when it does? Now if you go back to the equipment update, you see you got all the helmets now. Now you can click them all to update them all. And you'll see they all giving you different things, right? Because they were all different originally. And there's a little special converter thing that'll explain what with the previous special ability will convert into, what new of the combo abilities, okay? But now you can see, you can go through and see all of them. Oh, this one gives the evasion one, okay. This one gives the strength one. And now if you're looking for an accessory, right? Look at this this chest piece gives the evasion one. So you need to use this helmet and this chest piece, and that would be 2 out of 4, right? But again, I don't want to update that chest piece right now. So I'm going to update all these. But now, what if you didn't want to use the full helms? Well, you could have used those full helms instead and done the purple conversions, right? You could have converted them. But well, guess what else you can do? Those classic strengthening ones you pulled out, you can use all of those to get random new helmets. And now you're going to get a bunch of new helmets with all different abilities too. So once you have all of these items all laid out, single items, you can look and see which ones do I want, what special ability. Okay, pick. On the bottom, what helmets do I actually want to use and strengthen, and what helmets do I not care about to strengthen with and refine with, right? Now, another thing you have to remember with the new items too. Okay, so that's really what you need to know about that. So then at that point, once you've done all that work and that, followed what I kind of just said in there in the first few minutes, then you can go to your items and do your work. Let's go to head, and then you could be like, okay, look, there's all my new helmets. So I want ones that have, evasion on it or thick armor on it, right? Or war cry, right? And then you can go and find a weapon that has war cry on it, right? You go and choose whichever weapon has war cry on it. You can be like, oh, look, this weapon has war cry, right? That's kind of how you're gonna have to think about it and work through it. And then once you have all of your weapons, I'm gonna deconstruct all of my full tier classics into this. So I just have hundreds of these ones with the like this. And then I can pick and choose what helmets I want with which special abilities. And really, again, the things all I care about is this new one. When you strengthen items now, okay, you only strengthen the middle ones just like before, but refining does not change the lower special ability now. Refining only changes the power under the name, whether it be command or whether it be HP or whether it be, I believe the other one is attack. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see, do any of the helmets not give, I wonder if only weapons give attack. I'm only seeing command and HP. Let me go to weapons. All right, hand, or it's called hand. I need a new one. Look at, see, commander damage, okay? So attack, I think damage multiplies more than attack does, so it's always gonna be a real small number, but I actually think it does more, because if you look at the commanders, when you're doing items, you have all the abilities right here. You see we have damage, HP, command, that is for the commander directly, and then and sometimes they will buff the army too. If you look, it'll give buffs to the army, and then attack, defense, and focus are all kind of like the originals. Initiative, so those are still there. So you kind of have all these different stats now. So that's all the things you're thinking about. And also, I've been upgrading this. I have to strengthen it, but I just haven't yet. I technically could do it now with my worn items I broke out, but instead of just dumping in these worn gold items into that right now, I'd like to see all my options. Well, how do I see all my options for free? Like I just explained to you, what would you do? You'd go to equipment conversion, go to weapons, go to your gold ones, and you should be able to, oh, you know what? Interesting. Can you not do, I thought you could convert, were they classics? Is that why? Oh, you know what? Maybe they weren't classics. Oh, okay. This is a big point. This is something I actually made a little mistake on one of my items, and this is great for the video, okay? I'm glad you're still here at the end. The reason why I can strengthen this with these is these are worn out weapons. They do not say classic after. You know why that is? I upgraded my battle axe. Okay, let me explain this, because this is what I did wrong, and it's what you guys don't want to do, okay? I upgraded my battle axe here and updated it. And then I realized, oh, I kind of want to update and see the items in it. So I went to the craftsman and I went ahead and deconstructed an already updated non-classic item. So all the broken, worn pieces were not classic and means I can't use this to convert. So that is why, like at the beginning of this video, you want to take your classic items first and break them down. Okay, break the classic items down first. Make sure you want to break them down. So, I mean, here's the steps. Okay, to finish up the video. You're gonna wanna go here first. Double check. This is the original when you click on it. This is the new one. Don't update it yet. Just look, check, you want like to see the update, and maybe click this button here at the bottom and see what are the materials inside it that will still be classic. So again, look, see how these worn ones would be worn out weapons? And they would be, this particular one's already, you don't want it, it's gonna bring out regular worn items, right? So you just check, see what you like with the updated changes and stuff. Then the second step, or the first step if you don't care about that first one, is go over here and convert that item. All right, so go wherever it is, go ahead and convert it. I think it's locked, the hammer, so I'm gonna go ahead and down here and find it, and I'm going to click it, and I'm gonna unlock it, and I'm gonna go ahead and break this apart. If you see, it's gonna give me worn out classic worn out weapons. This is what you want. And we get a classic nether hammer back, right? From original. So I'm gonna break those out. So that's step 2, pretty much. Or step 1 again, if you want. Then for your step 3, or step 2, again, you get my point why I'm saying that. The first one is if you wanna think about it, but pretty much, then I go in here and look, now I have those worn out ones. I could even re-roll this Giga Hammer, but I don't wanna re-roll that other hammer. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go to the update one first. I'm gonna update these 2 hammers, see what they get. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just update them so they're to the new versions, because I decided I already want to do that at the beginning. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use the classic ones to re-roll brand new weapons that are the updated versions. Okay, so that's really what you want to do. Hopefully that was a fast version of this to kind of remember what to do. That's really important. I really think people should realize that, because that's something I didn't realize when I first started doing it. Hence why I made the mistake with that one axe, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. I didn't do it with my whole collection, thank goodness. Bring it to equipment update, check it, don't update it yet. Then go to the Elven Crafts Assist, break them all apart after you've taken them off your commanders. Then go over here, you can update all the ones if you don't want all the broken worn stuff, go in here and update it with this, because you'll re-roll for brand new options and choices, which again can be used to strengthen and refine these other ones anyway. And if you use something you really don't like in here, before you update it here, go re-roll it in the middle one, right? If there's really something you don't like in your collection. So that's the stuff you have to think about. Hopefully that helped you out. I will see you all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings. Barukazad Kuzad I menu. I think that was a good little video there. Thanks to my Patreons right there. Subscribe buttons there. Next episode's up there. Over there's a Lotro tail. Have a great and wonderful day in Middle Earth. Please leave a comment if you're confused on something. I will try to describe it in words better in that way. Did my best to make this a fast video and describe it more. I had a longer version of this video if you want to check too. A little longer. And I'll see you all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings. Barukazad Kuzad I menu. See ya.